Our chief foreign editor, Rob Parsons, joins me now for more on this from Jaffa. Rob, what's the latest you're hearing about what happened at the Al-Shifa Hospital?
Well, what we're hearing from the Israeli Defense Forces, from their spokesperson, Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari, is that the operation is indeed over. It's been a complete success as far as the Israelis are concerned. It lasted a little over 2 weeks. They took 900 people. Hello?
Sorry, Rob. Go ahead.
Hello?
Sorry, Rob. Go ahead. We're listening.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. So, yeah, they took 900 people prisoner. 500 of those, according to the Israeli Defense Forces, were Hamas and Islamic Jihad. The damage apparently has been appalling. People going back to the hospital say that several buildings have been destroyed. Others are blackened and completely unusable. That said, according to the World Health Organization, there are 100 patients still inside the hospital. The Israelis say they've evacuated somewhere in the region of 200, and that in addition to the number of people they've arrested, detained, killed, they've seized a lot of hard currency as well, something like $3 million worth in various different denominations, different currencies, weapons and intelligence. So, in their terms, they're saying this has been a very successful, very precise military operation. Others would contest that. Hamas quite clearly says, it's not been in the hospital at all, and that the Israelis have been making it up. But for now, at least, the Israelis do appear to be very content with this operation they've carried out, describing it as the most successful military operation that they have carried out since the start of the conflict in Gaza in October.
Now, Rob, you are there in Jaffa. You have been at a Palestinian hospital there talking to staff and patients. What are they telling you?
Yes, I've been at the Gustavo Vitoria Hospital in Jerusalem, and we wanted to look at, apart from the suffering, the obvious suffering that you see in Gaza, the other little ways in which people are having to suffer as a consequence of this war. And it's a Palestinian hospital which has a reputation for having a very good cancer department and looking after quite often young Palestinian kids who've got cancer. In this particular case, we were talking to the mothers of two children who had come from Gaza in September, just before the start of the conflict. One had a 4.5-year-old son, Hamza, who was suffering very badly from brain cancer. He was barely able to move, let alone speak, whilst we were there. He was having radiotherapy, too weak to take chemotherapy. The other was a young girl, 12 years old, who had some successful treatment. The tumor on her brain as well had been reduced. She could speak again, she could walk again. But the problems are only just beginning for them now, because though the treatment is successful, the Israelis are beginning to say, well, you have to go back to Gaza now. They're appealing for this through the political channels and indeed legal channels, that the Supreme Court of Israel has frozen the order of the Israeli government for them to be returned to Israel. And their case is being fought for the Physicians for Human Rights, an Israeli NGO. But it gives just an indication of the sort of little ways in which this war has made life so unbearable for so many people in Gaza, in the West Bank, and in Israel as well.
Rob, thank you for that. That's our chief foreign editor, Robert Parsons.